The Whine and Cheese show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion interview series brought to you by Upland Development United and the host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning, the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved and contains content not suitable for anyone.
Hello and welcome to Season 1, Episode 8 of the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses show. I'm BEN68 and today Morecheese and I spoke to CerealKilled, who is the mastermind behind the NFTscratcher wax lottery system.
We talked about his NFT scratchers and the odds and percentages of the wins. We also talked about some ideas he had for future additions to his projects. And finally, about collabs that are currently being talked through and may be happening right after this show.
So shake the dirty turds out of your lucky undies, rip a foot off a rabbit in preparation for a short, but of course always super shitty episode
of the worst show ever.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Cheese. One is a wanker, one's like its tongues. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Whine and Cheese number 8, Season 1, Episode 8. We're going to be talking later on to CerealKilled and his NFT scratchers. But for now, Ben and I are just going to do our usual spiel.
We're kind of recovering from a very interesting team meeting, so this might be a different episode than what you're used to. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, this is like the sequel.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess to start us off, stuff that just happened recently. I know the last time we talked, we said that Nasties and Metaphors got into the last round of the Forsaken, and they made it. Woohoo! So
nice.
That's great. If you have Metaphors, if you have Nasty Hooks, if you have Tales of the Crypto, Wax Arena, all those that good stuff. Green Rabbit got in. I don't know Kyle Loza, I have to see. Crypto Chibi got in. A lot of really cool. Online In got in, which is awesome.
A lot of the family favorites.
Awesome, yeah.
Mm.
And now that Nasties are in there, it was a really nice surprise for me last night. Actually, 2 places, but you know, the Nasties surprised Lil and I with our own channels. So Ben and I got a Whine and Cheese channel, and Lil got a Mighty Lil channel in there. So if you're in the Nasty Hooks Discord, check us out.
Thank you for that, boys. Yep.
We're also in Left House channel.
Yes,
and I didn't even know that. It's funny. I went there to gloat about my Nasty Hook, about us being in the Nasty Hooks, and I'm like, yeah, we just got into the Nasty Hooks and blah blah blah.
And
I'm like,
whoa, wait.
Who's in your channel? And I go to see, and we're there. I'm like, duh. And I felt so silly. And I was just like, oh, thank you guys. When were you going to tell me?
I got to thank you for all the work you do for that as well. You're in here, there, and everywhere representing in all the other servers because, yeah, I'm flat out just keeping up with what we're doing. So thank you for that.
Well, you do awesome as well behind the scenes stuff. So, like, don't downplay your role at all. Like, we come in and boost each other up on whatever we need, and I need a lot of help because I'm just a very nervous Nelly at times, and Ben's the brave one. So, yeah.
All right. So what's got you interested this week? Let's get into it. What are you excited about?
I was excited about Legits. I know we talked about
the Upland,
that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited to find out even more about it. Like, what the hell does it all mean?
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like I got some good stuff. Oh, and I really like the treasure hunting.
Yeah.
That was good. I was a little bit like about it at first, but now I'm like, because like I actually got some treasures. You got some treasures.
I was very over it because, I'd done over 100 hunts with nothing, and then I somehow managed to get 2 in a row. So yeah, that pushed me over 10 sparks. So that's going to be very useful for the building in the upland.
You got a good one. You got a good spark test.
I did. But now the problem is that now that I've cracked over 10, now I want 20. So I'm always about those nice round numbers. So
You gotta have a goal. Gotta have a
yes.
endpoint. Now, you're the one that got me into this one thing. I'm always talking about Tales of the Crypto and Wax Arena, but you actually came to me with something called Virtual Dream,
Yep.
and you have some interesting. You just purchased. I'll give it to you because like I'm becoming a talker, and that's not a good look.
Yeah, well, I was fishing around within the project. Like I haven't looked into it in too much depth. Like as I said in the last show, I found this project through just looking for mint number 68s, which I have a habit of collecting, and I've kind of backtracked it and found their server through that. And yeah, I like what they're doing. It sounds really cool. They have these different crafting elements where you have to collect a certain amount of tokens, and you can craft these for staking, yada yada yada. But I saw that they had these memberships. I saw in the server that gold members were being given out 2 NFTs of these pretty good looking NFTs, and the idea being that one is for you to flip and one is for you to hold. And I was like, oh, well, that sounds like a good system. So I went over into Atomic Hub. I don't know if you can pull that up. Can you pull up my thing?
Share screen right now.
So I went over to the old Atomic Hub and searched for their memberships. They have a 3-tiered system: bronze, silver, and gold. But yeah, the idea of the gold one sounded good to me, so I went over, and it just happened to be that one of the there was 2 on the floor in the secondary market, and one of them happened to be a mint number 68. So I scrounged and saved, and I reached out to Cheese and said, "Can you loan me 10 wax?" I was 10 wax short. It was a bit over 1,000 wax, and you didn't have it.
I had
And
7. I was like scrounging everything I could together.
So I ended up flipping a couple of green rabbits, green prints, and I ended up being, no, I think I asked you for 20, didn't I, initially?
You asked me for 20. I gave you 7, and then Udlugger helped you out.
You did, yeah. So I reached out in the UDU server and was like, has anybody got 10 wax? So yeah, hooked me up. All my kids were cheering me on. They were there watching me trying to get it too. So not that there was probably any risk that it was going to get taken, but that just seemed too much like a destiny moment. So yeah.
Well, this is
pretty
very
happy to get that.
Did you get the cards yet?
No, there's a thing where you have to, and I know you've looked into this, and we touched on that briefly last week with the staking. I haven't fully looked into that myself, and it's kind of an interesting system. It seems to be where you have to stake all your stuff on a week-to-week basis, so you can have stuff up on the secondary market. But once that sells, obviously you lose the staking power, but it works in reverse too. If you buy something from the market, well, you can't stake that until the weekly reset. So I think the weekly reset was on Monday, which was yesterday my time. So yeah, I'll probably get with you at some stage, maybe later today, and go through, and you can walk me through the staking aspect. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It's pretty once I got the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Wait, I wanted to ask you something else about it. Did you get the drop? There was a drop today.
No, as you can see, oh no, that's your wax. Well, your wax balance is looking even better than mine. What do you got? 19 wax. I'm on.
Oh no,
I'm on
but I
0.0 something.
I had so much wax. I used it for this other thing that we're going to talk about next. It's called Blue. I saw it on the Upland Action News. It was really cool, like blue wax something. It's something else I want to get you into, but I'm having a meeting today after this. Probably Cereal will probably be there with us later, but it's with Viz and Snorky and some other people. And we're just going to make sure that we're all doing it okay. That's where all my wax went. But I did buy some virtual dream packs as well. They're very pretty. I'll go to mine and show you that, but I wanted to show Lil's card.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I
This,
just spent my last 10 wax getting one of those, and
well worth it.
I got the number 6. Yeah, no, it's very
Well
cool.
worth it. Beautiful. Oh my God.
And it's cool to see that you can see that she's combining some of the elements that she's already learned and played around with, like the fire and the blood and all that sort of stuff. So that's really cool.
I love it.
And
So good.
one extra thing, can you click on a little creation up the top there? Yep, click on that and then go to view on market. Yeah. I have been picking up some of these older NFTs like that discotheque. That one, you very rarely see those come on the market. So that's probably a steal there at 24.
I bought one.
Wax. Yeah, go up a bit.
Where is it?
No, you're going down. Up, 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 up.
Where you this way?
Going too fast. Ah, that one. What's that? A hard candy. You hardly ever see that one. That's for 20 wax. There's another discotheque.
Oh, there, you're right there.
Yeah, so there's a few of those. So yeah, I picked a couple of heli hams and a few other bits and pieces. So as a collector of all things little, pretty stoked to see those come on the market.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're into that. And there's one of those Friday the 13th if you go back. Now those are very rarely come on the market. Up a bit, up a bit.
One.
There we go. Yeah, and what's that? 39 wax. It's only 15 of those, so I reckon that's a steal.
Yeah, and then I think this is number 1.
Number 1. Wow. Well, there you go. That is a real steal. If I had 40 wax, I'd buy it.
Well, I had made 400 wax, at least over 400 wax overnight. It was a Farming Tales.
Yep.
Something about it happened. I stopped really following them, but I did a contest with them, and the first NFT I ever minted, the sunflowers with the bees flying around, I won the contest, so they put the NFT out and all proceeds go to me. Everybody was buying it up. There were like 1,000 minted, only like maybe 140 people purchased it when it first came out, and like I think now it's almost there's only like 100 and something left.
Well, that's cool. Maybe it's become stakeable or something like that. What was it? Individuals buying it, or was there lots of different accounts, or did you check any of that
lots
stuff?
of different accounts. Like I asked Viz because I got nervous. I'm like, what can you look in? So he showed me how to look into it because it's on my Anchor wallet. He showed me how to look into it in a blockchain, the blocks.io for my Anchor, and it was all different like purchases, different quantity amounts, and what have you.
Nice.
But
Oh yeah, what did you say? You had one more thing, huh?
These are the dreams.
You've been going busy on the virtual dreams. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was kind of cool. I sent you the link where, because I reached out to the team internally. I said, would you be interested in doing an interview or whatever? And they said, oh, they want the project to grow organically, so they're not really doing any sort of press at all, which is kind of mysterious and cool or whatever. But
it is.
It's not AI generated. There's some other term they used, but they kind of plug some. It seems like they plug in some code words and then it pumps out different types of art and that sort of thing. So it's very cool, I think.
Well, let me just log into my Anchor, show everybody the very sought after sunflowers. I bought some to see if I could sell it secondary market. I get money secondary too if they sell.
750 of 828. Yeah, so that's cool. So so what have you got? 112 left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
And how much were they? They weren't that expensive.
They were 1 wax each.
And your wax accounts just jumped up to 53. Wasn't it just like 40?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You got like a money machine ticking over here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
There you go.
We'll see. Let me stop sharing and let's bring in our wonderful guest. CerealKilled.
There we go. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, officially.
How are you doing today?
I can't complain.
Hey, you're looking very cool, evil, and ominous. I love it. You're making me wanna look evil and ominous too. So I'm quite envious over
You
here in my bright.
change the background on your Morecheese to black instead of white.
There you go.
I do have some.
Fire. I keep saying he's got to have fire in the background behind the cheese.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
That would,
There you go. You need that behind your. Need that behind your fat stacks.
yeah. If it's Halloween too, that would be perfect. Like,
Yeah.
oh god.
There you go.
Fire. So now let's talk about your project, which is the NFT Scratcher. I know you told me about it a while ago, while it was still kind of like a concept or whatnot. And it was very interesting.
Yeah, so
Just go right into it. Let us know what it's about.
so the premise is kind of trying to bring like scratch off lottery tickets to the wax NFT space. Right now it's still really early and in its infancy, so it's not quite where I'm trying to go with it yet. It's still a work in progress, but we have a weekly ticket up that's usually pretty cheap, around 1 wax. We have a nifty version for 1 nifty as well. You buy it, the sale is only open for a week. It'll start at midnight Eastern Standard Time and run for a week. And after the sale is done, I go through and I take the mint numbers and I put them on a wheel and I spin the wheel. And the winning mint gets 25% of total sales for that ticket. So
All right.
we just had a ticket end last night and I did the backing for that today. So somebody walked away with 12 wax, 13 wax, 13 wax.
And that's from 1 wax ticket.
Yeah, from a 1 wax ticket.
Nice.
Yep. And obviously, the more that are sold, the higher that prize will be.
Because it's like more names on the wheel and whatnot.
Yeah. Yep. More mints on the wheel. It's 25% of sales. So, but
so like you know what's great about this? So there's other places that I belong to, Discords, that do something not exactly the same, but their concept is very much more difficult. Like you have to actually put wax into a pool, and they take a screenshot of that pool every week, and to see if you have 1% or higher, you get to go on the wheel and you get a percentage of that pool. Whereas like if you're not that savvy and you don't really want to go through all that kerfuffle, you can go to like something like what you have and just simply purchase a ticket and have just about the same thing, but in a very much more layman's terms type of thing.
yeah, that's something I wanted to go for as well. Something that was easy for pretty much anybody to pick up. Again, you don't have to send anything in anywhere. You just have to hold the ticket in your wallet for until the end of the sale. Once the sale ends, I go through and I back. Every ticket gets backed. Every ticket gets something back. With the weekly tickets, it's the one winner gets 25% of sales, but then I go through and I back all other tickets with an equal share of half of the sales. So it ends up being a half a wax. So technically you only spend half a wax on the ticket.
All right.
You just hold it for a week, you get half a wax back. Once the sale is done and everything is backed, you go ahead and you burn it, you get your wax and you move on. I have started a new ticket with a much different payout system as well. They are a little bit more expensive and it's not based on a time frame. It's based on number of tickets sold. So I have 150 tickets up at 6 wax a piece.
All right.
One winner, one like the big winner of it will actually get 100 wax back on their ticket. But then there are a few prize pools it'll like one ticket will have 100 wax, one ticket will have 25 wax, or a couple of tickets that'll have 10 wax, a couple more that'll have like 7.5, and then a bunch that'll have 6. There are some that'll have 3 wax and a couple that'll have 1 wax in there as well, because not everybody can be big winners, but
just for transparency, can you speak to, like, if for that system there you got 150 tickets at 6 wax, so that's like 900 wax, and the big winner gets 100 wax. What's your breakdown for the rest of it? Obviously, you'd have like there'd be CPU costs and all that sort of stuff.
There's 606. Sorry,
I was just going to say, and no, that's all right. And are you holding like some of that back for future prizes, or do you manage it on this is a one-time deal, or is it like a snowball thing that you're building up, or?
For these tickets, for the current tickets, it's there's 606 wax, I believe, in the pool that these 150 tickets pull from. Yep. And then I will make 300 wax on it approximately, but I've got I don't do any of the art myself. Like I'm no good at the art aspect, so I've got an artist that I have to pay, who's also my community manager. If you jump on our Discord, his name is Squidzuka. He is amazing. So I do pay him out of the sales, and then the rest of it is pretty much going into collection RAM and CPU. Yep, for the most part. I take expensive. I take a little bit for myself, but out of the 200 that'll get made for or that I will keep for the collection, I'll probably take 50 of it for myself. 150 will get put back into the collection, and then I end up paying my artist community manager 100 wax as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
How that will break down.
That kind of transparency is very important, in this kind of situation. So that's good.
Yeah, that's my number one thing is transparency. I don't want people to go, oh, well, what are you doing with this? Where's this? How's this? If you have that question, ask me. I'm going to give you the answer. I'm not trying to hold anything back or hide anything. But as for like a growing pool, I have a monthly ticket.
I just saw that then. Yeah.
Yep. That one is going to be more of the growing prize pool. That one, I have a membership planned for it as well, where if you buy enough tickets, you'll be able to blend a NFT that'll come with them into a membership, and then there will be 3 levels of membership, and each one will grant you a passive income that gets generated out of the monthly pool. But for the monthly tickets, again, the sales start midnight AM the first of the month. They run the entire month. At the end of it, I'll spin a wheel with all mint numbers. One winner takes 75% of the sales. That's
and
it.
Does that matter? So sorry to cut in. Does that matter where in the month you buy it? Like I'm looking at it now on Nifty Blocks. You've got the 1 month ticket now which seems very reasonably priced at 1 wax, but there's only like 10 days left in the month. Does it matter where within the month you'd pick up one of these tickets?
No, you could buy it the last day of the month and win. It's going to be the same kind of concept as the weekly ticket. Once the month is over, I'll go through, spin a wheel with all minted numbers on it. That mint I'll go ahead and back with 75% of sales. For the membership, 1% of 16% total of those monthly ticket sales gets put away for memberships. The low level tier, you'll get an equal share with everyone else on that tier of 1%. of the monthly sales. The next tier will be 5%. You'll get an equal share of 5% of monthly ticket, the monthly raffle sales. And then the final tier, you'll get an equal share of 10%.
Nice. And these monthly tickets, like I'm looking at the NFT for the October monthly raffle. Like once that raffle gets to the end of the month and you run the numbers and you do the prizes, are we keeping those NFTs? Do they get burnt, or is there any process there?
You froze on me. I don't know if you kind of froze on me there a second.
Sorry, I was just saying, I'm looking at the October monthly raffle ticket, the NFT. Once that raffle is completed, do we keep that NFT? Does it have to be burnt, or is there anything like that?
For now, only the winner really has anything to do. When the winner is picked, I'll back their ticket with the 75%. The rest of the tickets won't get backed from the monthly. Only one ticket will see a payout from that. The rest of them, if you don't win at the moment, you can burn them, you can save them. I don't have any plans with them in the future, but
you never know.
Yeah, I guess I would suggest saving it, because you never know what I might come up with. If you have one of the original first months, because this is the first month that I've done the raffle.
Oh, cool. I need to scrounge up one wax.
The monthly raffle ticket price is going to raise next month to 5 wax. I want to give that a better pool. I want there to be more in that, because out of the 25% that's left, there's 16% that's being given back to the community that become members, and the rest of it actually gets added on to the next month's pool. So there's already going to start out with something more than nothing.
I guess it must be pretty tricky to balance. I mean, you want to price it so it's accessible to everyone, but you got to make the prize worthwhile putting the time in. So yeah, I imagine it's going to take a bit of playing around with to find that sweet spot.
Yeah. I plan on keeping. Oh, sorry. What was that, Morecheeese?
No. Go finish, please.
I plan on keeping a couple of price points available. It was brought to my attention that having that 1 wax ticket is kind of nice, and you don't have to have a lot. You can just come in, buy a ticket, and you've got a chance. The first weekly ticket, actually, the person didn't even buy the ticket. They won a giveaway in my server for the ticket.
Cool.
It was a ticket I paid for, so they got it for free. But I plan on having a few entry points. I'm going to keep the weekly 1 wax ticket. That's going to have 25% back to one winner, and 50% of sales go to.
Yeah, it lets people dip their toe into the whole overall process and get familiar with the system. So yeah, I think that's a wise move. Yep.
Yeah, and then for the increased pool amounts, like the 606 wax pool, those tickets are 6 wax apiece. I've got prize pools set up to around 2,500 wax, but those tickets, the price of it's going to be 25 wax a ticket, but the big winner is going to take home, I think, 500 wax.
Nice.
I don't have any of the. Yeah. So I mean, your reward is definitely going to be worth what you're spending. You're not. And unless, I mean, you could even get these high rewards on this weekly ticket if enough people are buying them, you're getting 25% of sales. So, but there will be multiple price points for people, if you want to just stick with the 1 wax tickets, there will be 1 wax tickets. There will be a few 5 or 6 wax, and then 10 and 15 and 20, 25 wax, whatever, for the higher price payouts and stuff. But I mean,
Nice.
I'm trying to keep everything fair. I'm not trying to make a whole lot out of this. I want to bring the community together more than anything. I'd like to see a bunch of people in my server talking about it, enjoying it, having fun, you know, because even if you don't win that big win, you're still getting something back. And that's the one aspect I'm trying to like avoid with the like lottery scratcher tickets, because you can go out and spend $20 on one of them lotto books, scratch it off and not get anything and just wasted 20 bucks. Every ticket besides the monthly raffle tickets, every other ticket is going to have some kind of backing in the end. So you will get something back for every ticket you buy, as long as it's not a monthly raffle ticket. I can't guarantee that one.
Do you ever have anybody asking you if they can kind of donate to get some sort of advertising in your Discord? Like, oh, like if you give me a channel there, I can give you, you know, a few NFTs, etc., etc. So you can kind of like make your, like, not only does the winner get the wax, but they also get, you know, the NFTs that are kind of created for that win as well, for like maybe a special one, like the monthly raffle.
I have not had anybody get a hold of me about that. It would be something I would be interested in doing. I just actually dabbled my toes in today with giving away NFTs along with the weekly raffle. Another project I really liked, Faded Monsuda, had their pack sales recently. And I bought a ticket with what was essentially my earnings from the lottery. I bought a ticket with that wax through the lottery's account for the lottery. So it didn't come out of like any of the prize pools. It didn't come out of anybody else's pocket outside of my own. So, and then I gave those away today to 5 people who won on wheel spins. So,
All right, cool.
but, I do have a couple of people that we get tickets to each week that stream. A lot of this information is on the Discord. That's where I tend to be. If you got any questions, either me or Squid Zuka are usually around, and we've got the answers.
Cool. Do you have a link to like a white paper or so like a one pager that has specifics, or is it just mostly through the Discord server?
It's at the moment, it's mostly through the Discord server. I am really bad at not only art, but like trying to get my words onto paper. So
sounds familiar. I can see Cheese smiling away in the background.
I'm really bad. I tell Ben all the time, like I don't know how to talk. Sometimes it takes me forever to just get out what the hell's inside my head. And you could see Ben, the steam coming out of his ears, and I'm like, fuck, like I gotta get this out. He's gonna start like steaming again. So like,
man.
yeah, he's better at that than I am.
Man, well, let's hang out some more after the show and see how red we can get Ben. Like, how mad can we get Ben before he blows?
I think as a teacher, I'm so used to bullshitting on my feet. I'm a bullshit talker from way back. So make it up as you go along. That's my forte.
Yeah. But again, I don't really have a white paper out for it. If I could put my words down on paper, man, I could probably write like a few books. And
yes. Well, we'll put a link to the server in the description of the video, and if somebody else has, if they're interested in the project and can maybe help you out in that regards, get in touch with CerealKilled through the server and go from there.
Yeah, I would love help. Like honestly, I am an ideas man. I came up with this idea, like this all started from somebody gave me an NFT as a thank you, and it had 2.5 wax backed on it. And I was like, I'm not going to burn this for 2.5 wax.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold on to it, and in case I ever need 2.5 wax, I know I've got this NFT over here that I can burn. I have since burned it. I needed 2.5 wax apparently, and it came in handy. But I started thinking, like, it would be cool if I made iced NFTs in case of emergency NFTs, and they would just be randomly backed, or not randomly backed. The initial system was it'd be 5 wax for an NFT that was backed by 5 wax. So then,
yeah, well, that's cool.
Yeah, I would have ended up losing a lot of money on that, honestly. But I thought about it, and I wanted people to buy these and hold them in case they ever needed 10 wax or 5 wax or whatever it was. And all I could think of is the second I got something like this, I'd just burn it and get the wax back. So there's really, I didn't really see a whole lot of use case of people using it how I wanted to. So it kind of evolved. Well, what can I do that's still giving back to the community and still something that they want to do? And I thought, well, there's scratch off tickets. And I've seen a few lotteries, and you have to hold the tickets and then send the tickets in, and then you get it sent back with wax.
Yeah, well, that's what Cheese was saying about how a lot of these other ones are just seem to be overly complicated.
Yeah. With mine, I tried to dumb it down. I tried to make it something enjoyable for everybody. That doesn't require you to. I mean,
Yeah,
you
'cause
could win my ticket on a wheel, not understand what it is, not follow the links on it to Discord or anything like that, and in a week's time look at what you've got that's burnable for wax and go, oh, well, now this is worth something. Burn it and get your wax, and that's going to pique your interest.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to know about NFTs or how to send stuff or how to any of that. I try and take care of.
Uh-oh. Stop.
Yeah, we call it the grandma system.
So you buy the NFT, get packs done. Like,
yeah, you just froze up on us for a second.
For like maybe 5 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just saying we call that the, you can explain it to grandma system. It should be very simple, not overly complicated and that sort of thing. Yeah, the whole back to NFT thing, especially like I first started getting my cogs ticking with that when Upland introduced the NFT portal. And that got me thinking, hang on a minute, we got all these Upland cards that were really cheap. I bought up a whole bunch of them off the floor, just kind of speculating how they might possibly be used in the future, maybe backed with UpX or who knows. Is that anything you've looked into or thought about too, as maybe kind of merging your idea into the kind of Upland world and that sort of thing?
Not really. I haven't really thought about trying to merge it with Upland specifically. I'm actually trying to get out of Upland myself. I don't have the time for it. It seems like I'm never in the right city at the right time for the drops, and if I am, then the entire city's opening is a fiasco. So I've not had the best of luck on Upland, honestly. I've been playing for, I don't even want to say how long. It's bad. I've been playing since 2019. So
really? Wow.
Yeah.
You're old school.
Yep. My first property was in San Francisco, as that was the only place you could mint. So
yep. Yeah, I started January 2020, but if you're 2019, yeah, that means, do you have any inaugurals, or did you flip out of all of those? Or
I wasn't in for the that word, which I'm not going to try and say again because I will continually mess it up.
Yep.
I wasn't in any of that, so I don't have any of those properties, unfortunately. I just got the basic. I had the basic starter property, and yeah.
Cool.
So you just kind of started it and then like left it to the side for a bit and like just came in every so often to check on it.
Well, I started playing it probably 3 months after my son was born, and I was trying to get into the game, but I didn't want to spend $5 on a game if I was unsure of what I wanted to do, if I wanted to continue to play it and all that. So I spent the better part of a year coming back at least once a week to keep my visitor visa going.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I found the Discord server, and I had help from some amazing people on their Discord, and they were like, "Oh, well, you've got San Francisco. Boost this to 100, and we'll come visit you, and we'll get you up to Uplander, no problem." But by that time, I was like 1,100 UPIX away. I went from the 5K that I had started with to like 800 or 8,900 UPIX from just collecting on one property.
Wow.
It was
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was crazy, but yeah, then from there it just kind of snowballed, and Brooklyn happened, and I wasn't trying to go pro yet. I was trying to keep Uplander, but then they refunded everybody. I was sitting at 9,000 or 99,998 UPIX. I was starting that line so close to pro.
Yep.
And they the Brooklyn opening was kind of a bust, and they decided
The Brooklyn
that they
burn.
were
Yep.
they were going to refund everybody's travel costs.
Mm.
Well, they refunded my travel costs, and guess what that did? That made me
Yes.
a pro.
That's what Cheese is always saying. No good deed goes unpunished. There you go.
Yep.
Exactly.
Ouch. Yeah.
So I got burned twice by Brooklyn on that one. Like,
Well, it's understandable that you're a little bit jaded and looking to move on, perhaps. Then.
yeah, and there's so many other projects nowadays too, and
Yep.
I don't get to put enough attention into it, so I'm kind of getting out of it. I'm waiting for them to I don't know if they've got to fix their NFT gateway or whatever, but I know you can move NFTs in, but people were having problems pulling them out or something.
Oh, it's a black hole at the moment. Once they're in, that's it. Yep.
Well, I'm glad I haven't put anything in yet.
Yeah.
Same here.
Well, yeah, I think you're dead right. It's there's so many projects, and like I'm always at this with Cheese as well. Like we talk about all these cool projects, but I just rarely get the chance to sit down and actually look into them. And yeah, I can imagine for yourself as somebody who's actually working on your own project, that would take up a significant amount of your downtime. Like as you said, you've got young kids and that sort of stuff. So as a father myself, I know what little free time you have is precious. So yeah, if you're working on your own stuff, that's where your main focus is going to be.
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly what's been happening. Is I've been trying to figure out, like I said, I'm not a smart guy. I'm the ideas guy, and I've been trying to figure out smart contracts myself, because I essentially want, or in the end, I want my project to be pretty much self-automated. I'm going to go through, I'm going to tell it how much wax is in the pool, and by that number, it'll go through and like go, okay, I need to set one aside at this amount, one aside at this amount, this many here, this, so on down the line, and pre-mint the NFTs and the blendable NFTs and put them in a pack and put the pack up for sale. So I don't have to do anything anymore, and you'll buy the pack, and then pack opening will happen as soon as the packs sell out or whatever. Because with the prize pools, I have to mint a certain number of packs, a certain number have to sell in order
Yeah, to
for
hit your
the prize
target.
pool to be valid. You know, I
Yeah.
can't allow people to open the packs early, because if somebody pulls that big win, like, nobody else is going to want to buy the pack. So I've got so many lines that I've got to skirt and try and like make both sides of it happy, because I have to be happy with the results that I'm getting, but the community, I need the community to be happy too, because without the community, I'm nothing. I'm an idea. You know, I have a bunch of stuff I could mint, but without a community, who's buying it, right?
Yeah, well, that's cool. It seems like you're in the kind of experimental stages too. And yeah,
Yeah,
when you start talking about smart contracts and that sort of thing, yeah, that can take a lot of burden away from you, but there's a hell of a lot of work goes into getting those just right. So, no, that's cool.
Sounds good. I'm
Yeah,
definitely gonna talk to you
I
after
would,
this about maybe looking into donation for advertisement for the wine and cheese. That'd be cool. Be a part of the Scratcher family.
Yeah, it could be the art is, you know, you're buying space on the ticket or something, or, you know, once you get to PAX, you know, there could be opportunities for all sorts of collaborations there. I think it's
oh yeah,
probably on a winner.
yeah. When I get to PAX, I could put the NFTs. I could have it go and pull from a pool and pull a minted ticket, and possibility of pulling an NFT from a collaboration project. But there are a few projects I've been kind of talking to about sort of a collab. It's not really, no, I guess it would be a collab. They're more office based projects, so I'm trying to get like the office pool, because you know, you get a group of people that all work together, and they go in on the lottery ticket, and if it wins, they split it, whatever, kind of.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good place to go for something like this. That's
Yeah.
smart.
And apparently I'm being signaled by the missus. The little one is being a terror, I
Aw,
guess.
the serial signal. Well,
Yep.
I mean, yeah, like we'll like this is a lot of information we got. This was an amazing kind of project. First time I'm hearing about it in this kind of light. We'll see how you do. I bought a bunch of tickets. I got a $4 ones and one $6 one. So, you know, cross my fingers.
Oh,
We'll see how that goes. And maybe we'll have you back on when, you know, things are picking up and you want to talk about any new things you have planned and whatnot. But
Yeah,
this was fun.
I would love to come back on when this gets a little further along and has evolved a little bit. That would be amazing.
cool.
Cool. Well,
Sounds
thank you.
good.
Yeah, thank you for coming on with us and talking. We're very laid back, easygoing bunch of fools here. You can't go wrong.
Well, then I fit in perfectly.
Nice. All right. Well, you go and look after what you got to look after, and we shall catch up with you.
Yep, you guys have a great night. Thanks again.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Take care.
See you guys.
All right. Cheese. What else are we into then? We've still got some time. What are we going to look into?
Lil just sent me something freaking awesome and then she disappeared. And I want to show you so bad. I wanted to put it on the show, but now she's gone.
Was it a work in progress thing or something?
It looks finished.
Well, she might not want it shown then if she's just sending it to you. She might be still under wraps for a while. You might get yourself in trouble.
I might get the brush thrown at me by Lil. It's so cool. When you see it, you're going to die. Oh, and then there's the Nasty show tonight.
Yes, very soon, isn't it?
Very soon. So I think I missed my meeting in the Left House server with Boulder. Boulder is a new UDUA person.
Yep.
I actually met him when networking with Viz, Wilson Fisk, Frazzle, Campsite, Neckbreaker, Sensei Bullrog, great bunch of people. We hang out in the cloud and the left house server, and we just kind of talk business, new ideas, what new games are coming out, their projects that they work on, and like I let them know about my projects, and oh, Penguin's also there, and it's a really cool networking kind of thing. Like, you should come jump in sometime, and
Oh, I'd love to. It's just like we said before, it's just a matter of timing. Like that's what I said at the start of the show, where I'm so appreciative of, that you can jump in and do all that, because, that's why we set up Whine and Cheese, was to, keep our finger on the pulse of all these little new projects and get them out there and discussing. And obviously that's how you came across CerealKilled, and like his project definitely sounds interesting. So no, it's very cool.
I actually met him a while ago through Colosimo's place.
There you
And
go. It all
we
comes
used to
around.
do the party bus. I know, it's just so crazy. I love this space so much. It's awesome.
And you did reach out to me during the week. You said, quick, you got a DM Penguin. Do you want to speak to what that was about in regards to Metaverse?
Yes, and I can, because he did actually post it. I always want to be careful that I'm not letting the cat out of the bag, but Penguin did actually post something where he said
they put the call out for evil villains or something.
Evil villains.
For the next what do we call it? Chapter, episode, or I don't know, what do you call it? Comic edition of the Metaverse. Yeah. Well, what are you laughing at?
I like how you're talking while I find it. It's so perfect. I found it too, so you did a good job.
Nice. I was stretching. Right. Yes.
You were. You did a great job too.
Nice.
You know me. That's so perfect. All right. So this is what he wrote. Would you like to be a hench person in the next issue of Metaverse? Yeah. If you have your own custom block explorer, which we do, in Upland, and would be willing to let us use it in the next issue, you will forever be immortalized as a FED henchman.
Yeah, and when you sent me that, you said, quick, you got to do this. I nearly got finger burn getting my my screenshots. I was like, hell yeah, I want to be evil in the Metaverse. Especially when you think, the history of the UDU started in the evil empire, and we got that whole thing, and we have been through, I think, like, we have been accused of being, a cult, and we've been through all that sort of stuff, but I embrace that.
I'll drink the Kool-Aid.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I embrace it. I'll double down on the evilness.
Hell yeah. So, I'll say, you know what? I finished this glass. Bring me another glass.
Yeah. So, no, I think that would be very cool if we can somehow weasel our way into that. That would be epic. And there is talk about, you could do voiceover work and all that sort of stuff for your character. No, I think that would be very cool. So, yeah, I know yourself and we did put submissions in. So that's another one for fingers crossed. All those guys are super epic over there. Love what they do. Love their whole vibe and that sort of thing. So, no, if we could somehow get associated with that, that would be truly, truly epic. And, I'm all about doubling down on the evilness. Bring it on.
Evil villains, Cheese and BEN68.
Oh, it works for me.
Nice.
So we'll see how we go. But, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
How did you go with the Wax Arena stuff? Did you do any more of that training or anything like that?
I did one more training, and I won all of them, which is pretty cool. I know they're gonna actually add something else with the training. So this is so cool how, they're taking their time with it. It's something that works. It's something that is lucrative in the long run. Like, they saw an issue where the drip was too much, so they pulled it back. They're keeping the value of the AEXP. There's so many great projects involved. Nothing as of right now that I can report that's new. But there is, because I know I always talk about Tales of the Crypto. and I love them. They're so cool. Like they're coming out with their new card drop tomorrow. Tomorrow, and it's going to be 600 power points. So that one would be a good one to,
So I'm going to have a look through my NFT list and see if there's some stuff that I can flippity flip, because I'm absolutely spent at the moment.
Flippity flip.
Yes.
It is, wow, it's expensive one, but the PP power is on point. It's 68.28 wax right now, or if
68?
you have, yeah.
Well, obviously
you
I've got to get one of
numbered.
those. Jeez. What the
It was
hell?
meant to be.
Now I've got to find 68 wax. All right, I'll have to look through and flip. I've got a bunch of dupes here, there, and everywhere. All right. Time to do some flipping.
Flippity flip.
Cool. All right, we might wrap this one up nice and early too then.
Yeah.
It's been the day for the short eps.
There's nothing wrong with that. One day you have a 2-hour show, one day you have like a 45-minute show.
Cool.
It's all good.
And you've already got the NFT ready to go, so that's good.
Yeah. Oh, it's so freaking epic. I'll show you after this.
Well, maybe we should mix it up, and this week we can put the Hey Sickos in now. What do the sickos have to do? How are they going to get hold of this NFT? So this will trick them. See, the sickos are used to just checking out the front or checking out the back. Now they're going to have to listen through to the actual waffle on business. We mixed it up.
It'd be cool if they can go to, we'll put the link for the NFT scratchers. They go there and they can type in something silly and then come over to the Whine and Cheese Upland, oh my God, YouTube comments and say done.
Okay, and then you can backtrack it. Maybe they'll have to tag you in it as well so that you can chase it up easy.
All right. But what's the word? What do they write in there?
I don't know. What would you, if you had a, I don't know, how much should we say? If you had a lottery win, if you won, what, 1 million, $10 million? Not talking about wax. What would you spend 10 million lotto win on? What would you buy? What's the first thing you buy?
10 million?
Yeah.
All right, I would pay you and your wife to like not have to work so we could do Whine and Cheese like 24/7.
Jesus. Yeah.
Thing.
All right, there you go, sickos. Follow the link to the what's it called? Is it called NFTscratcher Discord? Follow the link in the description to the NFTscratcher Discord. Post a comment there that tags cheese and mention what you would spend $10 million on. The first thing that you would buy with $10 million. And then you have to go back to the YouTube comments and say done and go from there. Oh, we made it tough for them this week. Now, last week, there's not many people who are actually technically qualified for the NFT, because I did say in the little spiel, post the scientific name of your favorite bird. And there's only a few people that did that. Some of them just put like the common name. So
that's
I don't know how strict you want to get. These Morecheese NFTs, they're something special to behold. You can't just be giving them away to people that don't read the rules.
True, but if you look back and see, these are people who are like always, up in our stuff. So we got to take care of them. We can't be mean. If it's somebody new that shows up and we're like, who the hell are you?
There you go, sickos. We tripped you up this week. And, we'll leave it there. Do you want to wrap us up?
Bye.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk Whine and Cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk Whine and Cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.